Okay, once again, I'm here to discuss the continuation of chapter 1 regarding the terms that are important, no, in the subject matter. So, uh, the terms that I will discuss in this presentation is the technical terms, no, in connection to traffic management. So, when we say technical terms, these are the common terms that are being used in traffic management in the sense that these are terms in traffic management parlance, no? So, parang yung in the study of law, no? There are legal parlance, no? In legal parlance, no? If they say offense, these are legal terms, no? Uh, that are not common to everyone, no? So when you're studying traffic management and dealing with traffic management, these technical terms must be used and understand properly. Okay, so let us proceed. All right. So the first technical term that we have to remember is the term alley. No. So again, the term alley is common to us, but technically speaking, as far as traffic management is concerned, it means a narrow lane, no? A narrow lane between houses or buildings giving access to the rear of those houses or buildings, no? So yung mga maliliit na daanan, no, in between buildings, papasok sa loob, papunta sa ibang bahay, then that is considered an alley, no? Then next term is auxiliary, no? Auxiliary lane. This portion of the roadway adjoining the through traveled way for parking, speed change, turning, storage for turning, weaving, truck climbing, or for other purposes. No? Yeah. So auxiliary is a supplementary lane. So any extension on the roadway, any special extension, no, para lang sa isang roadway, then we may consider it auxiliary or supplementary lane, no, for purposes of parking, for purposes of speed change, reverse, yeah, mas maluwang yung kalsada for you to reverse or park. So, supplementary lane yan. Okay? Then the ADT, sometimes they put it acronym ADT, which means, average daily traffic. So this is part of traffic assessment, no? So pag ina-assess yung volume of traffic daily. So the average of 24-hour volume being the total volume during a stated period divided by the number of days in that period, unless stated the period a year. The term is commonly abbreviated, as I mentioned, as ADT. Next term is the average overall total travel speed. No? For all traffic or component thereof, the summation of distances divided by the summation of overall travel times is the average overall travel speed. Another is average running speed. No? So tignan niyo yan. For all traffic, it is a component thereof, the summation of distances divided by the summation of running times. So running, average running speed. Then we have another average spot speed, the arithmetic mean of the speeds of all traffic or component thereof at a specified point. So please distinguish average daily traffic, average overall traffic or travel speed, average running speed, then average spot speed. So let us proceed further. Of course, the term bicycle, no, this is part of the traffic way, no. Bicycle is any two-wheeled vehicle, no, designed to be propelled solely by human power. That is why bicycle is not considered a motor vehicle, because it is not. It is human power, no. And bicycle is the forerunner of motorcycle. At saka yan yung unang common na ginagamit to travel, no? No, sa Pilipinas in the 1940s, no? Diyan nag-umpisa ang paggamit ng sasakyan sa Pilipinas, no? 1940s, kasi ang sinaunang gamit natin is aside from walking, no, we use animals like carabao. Yan yung common, no, horses. Then bicycle has been introduced, and yeah, then after bicycle, commonly now is the motorcycle, and we have now the motor vehicle or the automobile. Then bicycle path or lane, yeah. As part of traffic management, no, sa Metro Manila, no, hanggang ngayon hindi pa ma-perfect or ma-popularize yung bicycle lane, no, para doon lang dadaan ang bicycle, and that is to avoid accident, okay, para hindi sila humalo sa motor vehicle, no. Then the term built up area, it is an area with streets normally characterized by relatively low speed. Yan, built up area, kung saan nakukumpol yung mga sasakyan, no, because of some reasons, no. Yeah. So commonly ito in business, prevalence of business and houses, no. Yan. And any area with entries and exits, especially signposted as such or defined in the domestic legislation. Okay. Then another term is capacity. Common yan, no? In traffic management, capacity of vehicles, capacity of passengers are being checked, no? That is to avoid overloading. On vehicles naman, that is to avoid traffic problem, no? Or traffic conflict like traffic congestion, no? Kung maliit lang yung space on yung roadway, maraming sasakyan gagamit yan. Or in our bridge, no, yung mga bridges natin may capacity yan. Hindi pwedeng dadaan yung beyond the weight capacity. Yan, sa weight naman yun, no? So the maximum number of vehicles which is a reasonable expectation of passing over a given of lane or roadway in one direction, no? Or both in direction for 2 lane or 3 lanes of capacity. So it has many meaning, no? Then carriageway, that is the part of the road normally used by vehicular traffic. So mostly ito yung part where the vehicles are using. Then center, this is in relation to a thoroughfare, means a line or series of lines, marks, or other indications placed at the middle of the thoroughfare. In the absence of any such lines, the middle of the main traveled portion of the thoroughfare. So center is a line, no, or series of lines, marks, or other indications. Yan yung markings na nilagay, no, sa kalsada, no? May meaning yan. Channelized intersection, an intersection provided with island meant to guide and limit vehicle movement. So channelized intersection, it is an intersection provided with islands meant to guide and limit vehicle movement. Parang yung humps, no? Yeah. Yeah, that is to limit and guide the vehicle movement. Okay? So example, yung mga nilalagay sa especially sa intersection, no? May mga nilalagay na structure doon so that hindi kung saan-saan na dumadaan ang sasakyan, but they are guided kung saan liliko or didiretso, no? Then clearway, it is a length of carriageway generally defined by signs along which vehicles may not stop or be left standing at times of the day as provided of the signs, clear way. Next term is after clear way is control access. Control access is the condition where the right of owners or occupants of abutting land or other persons to access light, air, or view in connection with the highway is fully or partially controlled by public authority. There are two kinds of control access, full control and partial control. Full control means the authority to control access is exercised to give preference to through traffic by providing access connections and selected public roads only, by prohibiting crossing. And partial control of access means that the authority to control access is exercised to give preference to through traffic to a degree that in addition to access connections with selected public roads, there may be some crossing of grade and some private driveway connections. So partial, is the opposite of full control. And full control access have two types, the full control and the partial control. So let us go back. So control of access, that is a condition where the right of owners or occupants of abutting land or other portions to access light, air, or view in connection with a highway is fully or partially controlled by public authority. Yeah, so this is when it comes to control of access. No? So sometimes yung example sa subdivision, no? What is that? This roadway is only given to those homeowners, no? So hindi pwedeng kung sino lang ang mag-access doon or gumamit sa roadway na yan, no? But remember this is still, no? It is part of the control of the government or the public authority. For example, sa isang municipality, there is a roadway going to the subdivision. It may be controlled by the private company, for instance, but still the local government have control on as far as traffic management is concerned. So that is partial control of access. No? Then if it is full, that the government is the one controlling that way, then it is a full control of access. Okay? So, importanteng malaman yung control of access. Kaya hindi ka pwedeng papasok because you have no right of way for that matter. Okay? The next is corridor. No? Kung ang bahay may corridor, ganun din ang sa traffic. So, corridor is a strip of land between two termini within which traffic, topography, environment, and other characteristics are evaluated for transportation purposes. This is strip of land. Yeah. A strip of land between two termini within which traffic. Yeah. So it is an area within the traffic way kung saan pwedeng nakatayo yung traffic enforcer to observe the movement of vehicles. Okay? Then crosswalk, it is a marked lane for passage of pedestrian, bicycles, etc. Traffic across a road. So commonly, pag tinawag natin crosswalk or pedestrian lane, no? Commonly we call it crosswalk or pedestrian lane. That is for a right of way for pedestrian. Kaya nga pag may tatawid as a matter of rule under traffic rules and regulations, whenever approaching a crosswalk, whenever approaching a pedestrian lane, as a motorist, you have to always yield, you have to always stop. If there are people planning to cross the lane. no? So commonly nakikita niyo sa kalsada, merong markings yan to determine the crosswalk, no? All right, so that is crosswalk. So basically, ang crosswalk, pag ito ay para sa bicycle or any other or para sa mga human what is it? No, animal drawn vehicles, then that is a crosswalk for them. That is not for a motor vehicle. So commonly, pag pedestrian yung dadaan dyan as allowed, then that is a pedestrian lane. But commonly, crosswalk and pedestrian, they are synonymous. Okay? Another term is cul-de-sac street. Cul-de-sac. This is a local street open at one end only, and it will special provision for turning around. So local street open at one end only. Then curb loading stone or zone, I should say. This is a roadway space adjacent to a curb and reserved for exclusive use of vehicles during loading or unloading of passengers. Yeah. Para naman yan sa mga public or yung mga public utility vehicles or yung mga for hire where they have passengers. Curb loading zone, it is where it is a part, no, of the roadway where it is exclusive for vehicles to unload or load passengers or property. Another is cycle. Cycle is any vehicle which, yan, so hindi yung menstrual cycle or any cycle, but as far as traffic is concerned, cycle is any vehicle which has at least two wheels. Yan. So ang four wheels natin, ang automobile or yung car, hindi walang cycle yon, no? So ang sasakyan na may cycle is any vehicle that has at least two wheels and is propelled solely by muscular energy of the person on that vehicle, in particular by means of pedals or hand cranks. So basically, number one best example of a cycle is the bicycle. Yeah, commonly it is pedals or hand cranks. Okay, so bicycle, then motorcycle. Okay. Second is cycle time. That is the time required for one complete sequence of signal indication. Then dead end street is a local street open at one end only without the special provision for turning around. So dead end. So be careful of dead end street, no? Pag makipot pa yan, pagpunta mo doon, wala ka nang lilipuhan kasi dead end na. So saan ka napupunta, no? So beware of that, dead end street. Deceleration lane is a speed change lane used to decrease speed, preparatory to stopping or exiting a fast lane. Decelerate, the opposite of decelerate is accelerate. So if you decelerate, you will decrease your speed. Then delay is the time lost while traffic is impeded by some element over which the driver has no control. Yeah, so common yun, no? When there is traffic problem or conflict in the traffic way, then it will create delay. And according to studies, delay, time lost while traffic is impeded or there is a traffic conflict, it will cause troubles such as economic trouble, no? Yeah. Nawawalan na tayo ng million because of the problem in traffic. Okay? So there are two kinds of delay. We have the fixed delay, the delay caused by traffic controls, no? Then operational delay, it is delay caused by interference between components of traffic. Design capacity is the maximum number of vehicles that can pass over a lane or roadway during 1 hour without operating conditions falling below a pre-selected design level. Design capacity. Yeah. So, of course, in every roadway, in every area, in every part of the roadway or traffic way, it has always a design capacity. Yung bridge nga natin, it has a design capacity. Kung ilang tons lang, 2T lang ang pwedeng dumaan, more than that is not allowed. Design speed also, diba? Kaya may mga signages in such area, dapat 20 kilometers per hour, yun lang sa isang area na yan. Pag lumagpas ka dyan at na-aksidente ka, then that is the danger. Kaya nga danger warning ang tawag sa mga yan. Design volume is a volume. So volume naman is kung gaano karami. Determine the use representing traffic expected. Okay? So design speed, design volume, design capacity. So anong pagkakaiba ng design volume says capacity? Volume determined for use in the traffic expected to use in the highway. And design capacity, the maximum number of vehicles that can pass over a lane or a roadway during 1 hour. Okay? So next term is detectors. That is a mechanical or electronic device that sends and signal the presence or passage of vehicular traffic at one or more points in a roadway. Okay? Then direction of traffic and appropriate to the direction of traffic, pakibasa na lang yan. Then direction distribution, that is the direction split of traffic during the peak or the sign hour. Then diverging, that is dividing a single stream of traffic into separate stream. Kaya nga meron tayong mga diversion roads, no? Imbes na diretso, gumawa ng diversion, no? So ang mga diversions na yan, katulad sa Santiago, diversion road papunta sa Cordon, then that is a strategy to limit the volume of vehicles, no, within the city center or city road. Okay, so divided road is a highway or road with separated carriage ways for traffic traveling in opposite direction. Drainage as easement, an easement for directing the flow of water. Yeah, because if there is no drainage easement, no, pag uulan, then yan nakakaroon ng flooding. And if there is flooding in the roadway, then it will impede or obstruct the movement of vehicle and safety of the motorist. And driver is any person who drives a motor vehicle or other vehicle, including a cycle, bicycle, or who guides cattle singly or in herds or flocks or drove, pack or saddle animals on a road. Okay? So, driver din ang tawag natin sa mga nakasakay sa kabayo, no? Yeah. But basically, when we are dealing with traffic, no, we are dealing with vehicles, then those are the person who drives or operates a motor vehicle. Kaya yung angkas mo, he is not a driver, no? So driveway is a private road giving access from the public way to a building on abutting grounds. Yan. So alam niyo yung driveway. So pag may nakasulat na driveway, that is a private part of that particular area. No? Huwag kang mag-park dyan because that is a private opening or that is a private road access. Easement is the right to use or control the property of another for designated purposes. Encroachment, that is the unauthorized use of a highway right of way or easement or sign. Yeah, encroachment ang tawag dyan, no? Then expressway, yeah, that is divided into arterial highway for thorough traffic or through traffic with full or partial control of access and generally with great separations of major intersections. Yan. So yung expressway natin, there is partial control, no? But it depends, no? Tulad ng NLEX, it is the private company that maintains its cleanliness, but still, no, they have to abide with the control of the government when it comes to the implementation of traffic rules and regulations. Okay. Yeah. So that is expressway. So that is, I will end my discussion on letter E, those technical terms, and we shall continue on the next presentation. Thank you, and I hope you utilize this for your benefit. All right. Okay, so thank you, and again, see you in my discussion, next discussion. Okay.